Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Geography English Medium Grade 9, Lesson 2, Part 4 of Nature Kids. And this lesson is a bit longer than the others. That's why it's gone up to Part 4. And I'm quite sure we'll have to do a Part 5 as well. So, good thing though, we're almost at the end of the lesson. So, I guess at Part 5, we're done with our eternal suffering on this lesson. And anyway, let's get part 4 done. And the topic, as you all know, is landscape of Sri Lanka. And now let's get started with that. Hill country with zone forests. Areas of distribution. They are found in areas over 1,200 meters in the western slopes of the Central Hill. Places like Samanalakanda, Pidurutalagala, Knuckles, and Horden Plain. Main trees. Valsappu, Keena, Mihiria, Davatta, Beralia, Mora, and Hulanghik. Features of vegetation. Average height of trees is 8 meters to 10 meters. With the increase in altitude, height of the trees get reduced gradually. Trees grow as canopy. Colorful leaves can be seen. FTs and undergrowth are in abundance. Hill country dry zone forests. Areas of distribution. They are found in areas over 1,400 meters in the eastern part of the Central Hills. Horden Plains, Sandetena, Sitelia, Ambewela, and Kandapola. Main trees: Maharatmal, Aralu, Bulu, Nelli, Domba, and Kahata. Now we can talk about features of vegetation. Grasslands are distributed with different types of patanas, patana, thalva, damana, and vilu. Isolated trees can be seen here and there. Trees have grown so as to resist the winds. The trees are short and they resist the cold and winds. Trees are twisted by nature. These forests are called cold forests. It is because the canopy is seen as clouds when is seen from above. Leaves are small and looks folded. Trees do not grow well as they're in a thin layer of soil. Thorny bushes and shrublands. Areas of distribution. These forests are distributed in the northwestern and southeastern parts of Sri Lanka, areas in the Hambantota district, and areas in the Mannar district. Main trees: Ereminia, cactus, and palu. Features of vegetation. Leaves of the trees are thick, scanty, and thorny. Leaves are small. It is because they have adapted to the dry climate. There are trees that get adapted to resist a long dry period. Now we can talk about mangroves. Areas of distribution. Mangroves are found near estuaries and around lagoons in the coastal area. Kalmatiya, Bandala, Muthurajawala, Anaveludava, Trincomalee. Main plants are Kirilla, Guinea-pole, Katuikili, Kadolla, Diakanduru, and Vala Anoda. Features of vegetation. Plants have many roots, prop roots, and stilled roots. Roots spread over water. They are known as respiratory roots. Those plants have adapted to brackish water. Now we can talk about human landscape. Population and human activities are the main factors affecting in creation of human landscape. The population of Sri Lanka is 20.2 million and increases every year. Population data is collected through a census conducted every 10 years by the Department of Census and Statistics. Distribution of population. The population of Sri Lanka is unevenly distributed. Most people live in the wet zone, while fewer people live in the dry zone. About one-fourth of the population of Sri Lanka lives in the Western Province, while the Northern Province has the lowest population distribution. The population is higher around Colombo because it is the administrative and commercial center and has better health, education, transport, and industrial facilities. Districts such as Monaragala, Vaunia, Mana, and Mullaitivu have lower population distribution due to limited infrastructures and fewer economic opportunities. These differences in population distribution can be measured using population density and shown on maps. Here you can see the places where less people go for working as white and more people live in these places as these red dots. As you can see, there's like a ton of red dots near Colombo and the lower part of Sri Lanka than the upper part and the, let's just say, left side of Sri Lanka here. Population density in few districts of Sri Lanka. District Colombo, the population density is 3,305 square kilometers. Gampaha is 1,541 square kilometers. Kandy is 664 square kilometers. Hambantota it's 210 square kilometers. And for Monaragala it's 72 square kilometers. Distribution by sex. According to the 2012 population census, 51.5% of the total population were females, while 48.5% were males. The data shows that the percentage of males is gradually decreasing. This change can be explained using the sex ratio. The sex ratio is the number of males for every 100 females in population. The following table shows how the sex ratio changing according to the 1981 and 2012 census reports. And here you can see the sex ratio in Sri Lanka. Year 1981, it was 804.0, and in 2012 it was 24.3. Now we can talk about the age structure. According to the age structure in Sri Lanka, the aging population has increased to a certain amount. It is expressed in the following table. Population according to age structure. Age below 14 years equals census in 1981 is 35.2, census in 2012 is 25.3%. Between 15 to 59 years, in 1981 it was 58.2, in 2012 it was 62.3. Above 60 years in 1981 it was 6.6, and in 2012 it was 12.4. Population structure according to the race. According to the races, ethnic structure is shown as given below. This part, it means this table, like according to the races until this below thing, this is this. And population structures according to race, graph population structure according to race, that is this big circle. First, let's start with this table. Race. Sinhalese in 2012 it was 74.9. Sri Lankan Tamils 2012 it was 11.2. Sri Lankan Muslims 9.2. Indian Tamils 4.3. Others 0.5. Now we're done with this, so now let's go to this pie chart. Sinhalese amount is 74.9 here, and this 9.2, that's Sri Lankan Muslims. 0.5, you could almost see the tiny yellowish line, that's others. And the 4.2 green one is Indian Tamils, and the red one is 11.2, which is Sri Lankan Tamils. Population structure according to the religion. Population structure according to the religion is given below. Population structure according to the religion, graph table 1. So this is the same thing as this. This means this and this means this. So first let's start with the table. Religion, Buddhist, they were 70.2 in 2012. Hindu, there was 12.6. Islamics, there were 9.7. Roman Catholics, there were 6.1. Christianity, 1.3. And others were 0.1. And now let's go to the pie chart. The blue is the Buddhist, which is 70.2. Hindus, we have 12.6, this red one. And the green one is Islamics, which is 9.7. And Roman Catholics, it's 6.1. And this tiny brown area, you could almost see this. This is really tiny. This is others, which is 0.1. And Christianity, this yellow half right here, that's the Christianity, and it's 1.3. Growth of population. The difference between crude birth rate and crude death rate is called the natural population growth of a country. Where net migration, the difference between immigration and emigration, is added, it becomes the total population growth. How the population of Sri Lanka increased from 1871 to 2012 is shown in this bar chart. As you can see here, this is how the population increased from 1871 to, not 2012. So that's all for today, guys. Like and subscribe to my channel. As I always say, it makes me happy. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. And if we have to do part 5, and it seems like we do, hallelujah and depression for that. Anyway, bye, and I'll see you guys in the next video.